Hello students, I am Shashank Joshi from Ferguson College, Pune. I am teaching vocational electronics. Today's topic of our discussion is power supplies. Now, in our day-to-day life, we use several instruments which are working on either AC or DC. And so, it is necessary to study details of power supplies. So now let us move to detailed study of chapter 2. Contents of the chapter. Block diagram of regulated power supply. Rectifier circuits. Half-wave rectifier, full-wave rectifier, bridge rectifier. Advantages and disadvantages of bridge rectifier. Filter circuits. Capacitor filter, inductor filter, LC filter, RC filter. Need of voltage regulation. Regulator characteristics. Line regulation, load regulation, ripple rejection, output impedance. Zener diode, symbol and characteristics. Regulator characteristics. Line regulation, load regulation, ripple rejection, output impedance. Zener diode, symbol and characteristics. Zener voltage regulator circuit. Block diagram of series regulator. Transistorized series regulator circuit. Series regulator with current limiting facility. Functional block diagram of 3-terminal IC regulators. Various types of IC regulators. Block diagram of switch mode power supply. Now, we have to consider block diagram of regulated power supply. Regulated power supply consists of mainly 4 blocks: transformer, rectifier, filter and regulator. The load is connected to the output of regulator. We can study the block diagram in detail. There are 4 main blocks in regulated power supply: transformer, rectifier, filter, regulator. Transformer is a device used to transfer electrical energy from one circuit to other. Transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. It consists of 2 windings, namely primary winding and secondary winding. When varying current flows through primary winding, induced EMF is generated in secondary winding. There are 2 types of transformer: step-up transformer and step-down transformer. Figure shows step-up and step-down transformer. In step-up transformer, number of turns of secondary are more, whereas in step-down transformer, number of turns of primary are more. For step-up transformer, voltage V1, that is primary voltage, is less than secondary, whereas in case of step-down transformer, primary voltage is greater than secondary. Step-down transformers are normally used in circuits as we need low voltage to operate various circuits. Rectifier. Rectifier is an electronic circuit which converts AC into DC. In AC, signal periodically reverses the direction, which is undesirable in some applications, and so it is converted to DC, which flows in one direction. There are 2 types of rectifiers, namely half-wave rectifier and full-wave rectifier. In half-wave rectifier, only half-wave of AC signal is rectified by the circuit, and in full-wave rectifier, complete AC signal, that is both positive and negative half cycles of AC signal, are rectified. Filter. The expected output of rectifier is DC signal, but in practical circuits, the rectifier output contains AC signal along with rectified DC. This AC signal is called ripple. Ripple is undesirable, and so it is necessary to eliminate or reduce the ripple signal. Filter circuits are used in power supply to reduce ripple signal. There are different types of filter circuits. 1. Inductor filter. 2. Capacitor filter. 3. LC filter. 4. RC filter. Regulator. Regulator is an electronic circuit which maintains output voltage of power supply constant. The AC signal is applied to primary winding of transformer. The AC signal applied to primary winding of transformer is converted to DC, and we get output DC voltage. If the AC signal at the primary winding of transformer varies, then accordingly the output DC voltage varies. This variation in DC voltage may affect the working of load circuit connected to the power supply. Regulators are used to maintain the output voltage constant in such variations. A regulator is an electronic circuit which maintains output voltage constant within the specified range of change in input voltage or output current. Now, we have to consider half-wave rectifier in detail. Figure shows half-wave rectifier. In this circuit, step-down transformer is used to convert AC mains voltage to low value AC voltage. Diode D is connected at the secondary of transformer as shown. As we know that the diode conducts when anode of the diode is positive with respect to cathode. During positive half cycle of AC signal, the anode of diode D is positive with respect to cathode. Diode D conducts and current flows through load. Thus, we get rectified output. During negative half cycle, anode of diode D is negative with respect to cathode, and so diode is not conducting. There is no current through load. Due to this, we get output voltage 0. In this way, the rectifier gives output voltage only during positive half cycle, and so it is called half-wave rectifier. Figure shows half-wave rectifier circuit. At the input, AC is applied and we get rectified output. Here, during positive half cycle, rectified output is available. During negative half cycle, voltage is 0. Analysis of half-wave rectifier. Secondary voltage peak value Vp is given by Vp is equal to Vrms into root 2, where Vrms is the secondary voltage of transformer. Average DC voltage at the output is Vdc, and Vdc is given by Vp upon pi, where pi is 3.14. Current rating of a diode is forward current flowing through diode. Peak inverse voltage rating, PIV rating, is the reverse voltage that diode can handle without getting damaged. PIV rating in case of half-wave rectifier is Vp. Load current IL is equal to Vdc upon RL. The ripple frequency is equal to input AC frequency because half-wave rectifier only rectifies half wave. So ripple frequency is 50 Hz. Now we can consider the numerical. In half-wave rectifier circuit, the secondary voltage is 25 volts. Calculate the DC load voltage and load current for the load of 20 ohms. Here we have to consider first Vp. Vp is equal to Vrms into root 2, that is 25 into root 2, that is 25 into 1.414, that gives out to be 35.35 volt. Average DC voltage is Vp upon pi, that is 35.35 divided by 3.14, that comes out to be 11.26. Current IL is load current and it is average DC voltage upon load resistance, that is 11.26 upon 20, it comes out to be 0.563 amperes. Full wave rectifier. Figure shows full wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier circuit, transformer with center tapped secondary winding is used. The transformer secondary winding has 3 terminals. The secondary voltage rating is 12 volt, 0, 12 volt. That is, the RMS voltage between center tap and any extreme terminal is 12 volts. There are 2 diodes D1 and D2 connected at the 2 extreme terminals of secondary winding of transformer. Load resistance is connected between CT and the common terminal of diodes as shown in figure. AC mains voltage is applied to primary winding of transformer. During positive half cycle of AC input, terminal A is positive and terminal B is negative with respect to center tap. At that time, diode D1 conducts and allows current to pass through load resistance. The direction of current is shown in the figure. Diode D2 is reverse biased and so no current flows through it. During negative half cycle, terminal A is negative and terminal B is positive with respect to center tap. At that time, diode D2 conducts and allows current to pass through load resistance. The direction of current is as shown in figure. Diode D1 is reverse biased and so no current flows through it. The direction of current through load resistance is same in both half cycles. When current flows through load, we get rectified output voltage. As the current flows through load in both half cycles, we get full wave rectified at the output, and so the circuit is called full wave rectifier. Figure shows full wave rectifier. Input AC is applied to it and rectified output is shown on the right side. Here both the half cycles are rectified. Analysis of full wave rectifier. Secondary voltage peak value Vp is equal to Vrms into root 2, where Vrms is the secondary voltage. Average output DC voltage VDC is equal to 2 Vp upon pi, where pi is 3.14. Current rating of a diode is forward current flowing through diode. Peak inverse voltage PIV rating is the reverse voltage that diode can handle without getting damaged. For full wave rectifier, PIV is 2 Vp. Load current IL is VDC upon RL. Ripple frequency in case of full wave rectifier is 2 into 50 Hz, that is 100 Hz. Now we can consider the numerical. In a full wave rectifier circuit, if the primary of a transformer is connected to 230 volt 50 Hz and the secondary is 12012 volt, calculate output DC voltage, PIV of a diode, output ripple frequency and load current if the load resistance is 500 ohm. Peak secondary voltage Vp is equal to Vrms into root 2. Vp is equal to 12 into root 2, that is equal to 12 into 1.414, that comes out to be 16.97 volts. DC voltage VDC is equal to 2 Vp upon pi, that is 2 into 16.97 divided by 3.14 is 10.8 volts. Peak inverse voltage of a diode is 2 Vp, that is 2 into 16.97, that is 33.94. Output ripple frequency is 2 into Fin, that is 2 into 50, that is 100 Hz. Load current, average DC voltage divided by load resistance, that is 10.8 divided by 500, that comes out to be 0.0216 amperes. Bridge rectifier. Figure shows bridge rectifier circuit. Here, 4 diodes are connected in bridge configuration. Input is applied to primary and load is connected. Current directions when positive and negative half cycle is applied at the input of rectifier is shown in figure. Bridge rectifier is a full wave rectifier. In this circuit, 4 diodes are connected in bridge configuration to construct rectifier. The step-down transformer with 2 secondary terminals is used as shown in figure. There are 4 diodes in this circuit, out of which 2 diodes are conducting during each half cycle and remaining 2 diodes are not conducting. During positive half cycle, point A is positive and point B is negative. Diode D1 and D3 are conducting and current flows through circuit as shown in figure. When current flows through load resistance, rectified output voltage is across the load resistance. Diode D2 and D4 are not conducting and the current through them is 0. During negative half cycle, point A is negative and point B is positive. Diode D2 and D4 are conducting and current flows through circuit as shown in figure. When current flows through load resistance, rectified output is across the load resistance. Diode D1 and D3 are not conducting and the current through them is 0. During both the half cycles, current flows through load resistance. The direction of current is same for both the half cycles. As current flows through load resistance for both the half cycles, we get both half waves rectified, that is full wave is rectified. And so the circuit is full wave rectifier. Since diodes are connected in bridge configuration, it is a bridge rectifier. Figure shows bridge rectifier. To the input of transformer AC is applied and at the load we get rectified output. Since full wave is rectified, we get the output as shown. Analysis of bridge rectifier. Secondary voltage peak value Vp is equal to Vrms into root 2, where Vrms is secondary voltage. Average output DC voltage is VDC and VDC is equal to 2 Vp upon pi, where pi is 3.14. Current rating of a diode is forward current flowing through diode. Peak inverse voltage PIV rating is reverse voltage that diode can handle. For full wave rectifier, it is Vp. Load current IL is equal to VDC upon RL. Ripple frequency is 2 into 50 Hz, that is 100 Hz. Now we can see the numerical. The turns ratio of transformer used in bridge rectifier is 10:1. The primary is connected to AC 220 volt 50 Hz. Find the output DC voltage under no load condition. Voltage drop across diode is 0. Solution. The secondary voltage of transformer is 22 volts as the turns ratio is 10:1. Secondary voltage is 220 divided by 10, that is 22 volts. Peak voltage at secondary is V peak is equal to Vrms into root 2, that is 22 into root 2, that is 33.17 volts. DC voltage is 2 Vp upon pi, that is 2 into 33.17 upon pi, that is 0.66 into 33.17, that comes out to be 19.79 volts. Advantages of bridge rectifier. In this bridge rectifier circuit, center tap transformer is not used. As the secondary winding does not have center tap, the transformer used here is not bulky and costly. If the required voltage is line voltage, that is 230 volts, we can directly connect rectifier. Since two diodes are connected in series, the required PIV rating of a diode is half as compared to center tap full wave rectifier, and so the cost of circuit is less. Now the disadvantage of bridge rectifier. In bridge rectifier, there are 4 diodes, out of which 2 diodes are connected in series. Each diode has forward voltage of 0.7 volts for silicon diode. And so, due to 2 diodes, the output voltage reduces by 1.4 volts. If the output voltage of rectifier is low, then this reduction in voltage is significant. Rectifier efficiency. This is an important property or characteristics which we have to study. This is an important parameter of rectifier. This shows how effective the rectifier is converting AC to DC. Rectifier efficiency is equal to ratio of rectification into 100%. A ratio of rectification is given by DC power delivered to load divided by input power from transformer, that is power DC upon power AC. For half-wave rectifier, a ratio of rectification is 0.406 and rectifier efficiency is 40.6%. For full wave rectifier, a ratio of rectification is 0.812 and the rectifier efficiency is 82%. Now, comparison of rectifiers. Here, half wave, full wave and bridge, 3 rectifiers are shown and number of parameters are considered. Number of diodes in half wave 1, in full wave 2, in bridge 4. Diode current in half wave it is IDC, in full wave it is 0.5 IDC, in bridge it is 0.5 IDC. Average voltage Vp upon pi in half wave, in full wave it is 2 Vp upon pi, in bridge it is 2 Vp upon pi. Peak inverse voltage in half wave it is Vp, in full wave it is 2 Vp, and in bridge also it is. Ripple factor in half wave it is 1.21, in full wave it is 0.482, in bridge it is 0.482. Ripple frequency Fin in half wave, in full wave it is 2 Fin, in bridge it is 2 Fin. Rectifier efficiency in half wave it is 40.6%, in full wave it is 81.2%, in bridge it is 81.2%. Rectification, half wave rectifier rectifies only one half wave, full wave rectifier rectifies full wave, and bridge also rectifies full wave. Filter circuits. In our day-to-day life, we use various instruments which are working on DC voltage, and so we have to convert available AC voltage into required DC voltage. Rectifiers are used to convert AC voltage to DC voltage. The AC signal present in rectified DC output voltage is ripple. This ripple content in the rectified DC voltage is an unwanted signal. It is therefore necessary to remove or reduce this signal for desired DC output voltage. The ripple content in half wave rectifier output is 121% and in full wave rectifier it is about 48%, which is more than a tolerable value. So it is necessary to remove or reduce this ripple from the output voltage. Filter circuits are used to reduce this ripple from output DC voltage. Due to this reason, we need filter circuits in power supply. Types of filter circuits. Inductor filter, capacitor filter, LC filter, RC filter, inductor filter. Figure shows inductor filter. In this, inductor L and resistor R are connected, and the waveform shows the output of filter circuit. Inductor filter consists of an inductor connected in series with load of full wave rectifier. Inductor filter consists of an inductor connected in series with the load of full wave rectifier circuit. Since the characteristics of an inductor is to oppose any change in the current, it will have smoothing effect on output voltage. This is shown in the output waveform. Output voltage is the voltage across load resistance, that is V is equal to I into RL. The current can be calculated by considering impedance Z of the circuit, in which inductive reactance and load resistance are in series. Inductor has inductive reactance XL is equal to 2 pi FL. It is the resistance offered by an inductor to AC signal. The ripple gets reduced when inductor value is large. The ripple will increase if the load current is small, that is, load resistance is large. Under this condition, the voltage regulation is poor due to low load current value. For better regulation, load resistance should be small so that load current must be large. The value of inductor L must be large. This is the limitation of inductor filter. Now, capacitor filter. Figure shows capacitor filter. In this, capacitor and resistance RL are connected in parallel. On the right side, waveform is shown. Capacitor gets charged and discharged continuously, and we get the rectified output filtered. In capacitor filter circuit, capacitor is connected in parallel with load of rectifier circuit. Capacitor has characteristics to oppose sudden change in voltage. It maintains the voltage to nearly constant value to which it is charged. The rectified output voltage charges the capacitor to peak value, and it maintains the voltage even the rectified voltage value drops to low value. At that time, the capacitor starts discharging through load resistance and the voltage decreases slowly. When the rectified output voltage again increases, the capacitor gets charged and the voltage is maintained. In this way, charging and discharging of a capacitor maintains the output voltage to nearly constant value. If the load resistance is large, then the discharging time is large and we get nearly constant output voltage. Comparison between inductor filter and capacitor filter. Inductor filter. In inductor filter, inductor is connected in series with the load resistance. In capacitor filter, capacitor is connected in parallel with the load resistance. Inductor opposes change in current, capacitor opposes change in voltage. Inductor filter is suitable for low load resistance, capacitor filter is suitable for high load resistance. LC filter. In inductor filter, it is observed that ripple increases as the load resistance increases. In case of capacitor filter, ripple decreases when the load resistance increases. If we use any single component as a filter, it has limitations, and so L and C are used together in filter circuit so that we get the ripple independent of load resistance. Now, RC filter. Resistance R and capacitor C are connected in series. Rectifier output is applied to the input of this filter. This filter is also called low pass filter. The cutoff frequency of this filter is given by 1 upon 2 pi RC. Here in low pass filter, cutoff frequency is that frequency above which all frequencies are filtered and the frequencies below cutoff frequencies are passed through filter. Need of voltage regulation. The output of power supply may vary with the change in input AC voltage or load current. This may affect the working of an instrument or load connected to the power supply. Voltage regulation is necessary to avoid such problem due to variation in input voltage or load current. A regulator is an electronic circuit which maintains output voltage constant within the specified range of change in input voltage or output current. Types of regulators. Linear regulators and switching regulators. In linear regulators, control element works as a linear variable resistor, whereas in switching regulator, control element works as a switch. Switch mode power supply is the example of switching regulator. Regulator characteristics. Line regulation, load regulation, ripple rejection, output impedance. Line regulation. Line regulation or source regulation is the change in output voltage for a specified range of input voltage. Normally, the range is 10%. If the input voltage is 230 volts, the input voltage range is 207 to 253 volts. And so, source regulation is DC output at 253 volts minus DC output at 207 volts. Percentage source regulation is source regulation divided by V nominal into 100%. Here, nominal voltage is the required or designed DC output voltage of regulator. Load regulation. Load regulation is defined as the change in the regulated output voltage when the load current changes from minimum value, that is no load, to maximum value, that is full load. Load regulation is equal to V no load minus V full load. Percentage load regulation is V no load minus V full load divided by V full load into 100%. For a good power supply, percentage load regulation should be small. So friends, we have studied few topics from chapter 2, power supplies. We have studied block diagram of regulated power supply, then half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier, then comparison of rectifiers we have studied. After that, we have studied filter circuits and two characteristics of regulated power supply. Line regulation and load regulation are the characteristics which we have studied. In next lecture, the remaining characteristics and detailed circuits of regulators we are studying. Thank you.